Okay, welcome back to Trigonometry. We are looking at we're looking at trying to figure out the angle x out of this triangle. This is not a right triangle. We're going to need either the law of sines or the law of cosines. And this configuration is a side-side angle, which pretty much is screaming at us, use law of sines. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, remember the law of sines is sine of A over A is equal to sine of B over B is equal to sine of C over C. We're only going to need two of these, okay? So the important thing to remember is the angle and the opposite side are the ones that we're relating. So the angle A is 33 degrees, the side A is 25 meters, okay? The angle is X, so we have sine X is equal to the side, or is related to the side 43 meters. So let's go ahead and set up a couple of relationships here. So we're going to say that I want the sine of X is to 43 is equal to the sine of 33 degrees over 25. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and solve this out. So we're going to solve for X, solve for sine X here. So we're going to say, okay, great. We have sine X is equal to 43 over 25 times the sine of 33 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and just calculate this thing out. So we can have sine of X is equal to, we can go ahead and calculate this thing out. So that's going to be, here we go. So we have 43, about 43 over, what is that? Over 25. 5, I believe. Yep. Okay, times, and we are in degree mode? We are in degree mode. Double check that. So times, we want the sine of 33 degrees. Enter equals. So I ended up with sine of X is equal to 0.9368. 0.9368. I'm going to leave the whole thing in the calculator, but just in case if you need to break some stuff down, 4 decimal places is a minimum. We'll go with that. Okay. So now I have to go ahead and take the inverse sine of the thing we just have. So second function is sine. That takes my sine inverse. Inverse answer. And then we end up with 69.52 degrees. 69.52 degrees. But wait a minute. There is a piece of information that I did not remember because it said 2 decimal places. Check. But it also tells me that sine x is obtuse. 69 degrees, 69.52 degrees is not an obtuse angle. So what we're going to have to do is take 180 minus the 69.52 degrees in order to get my obtuse angle. Okay, because it's got to be in the second quadrant. So we're going to take 180 minus this equals, so my actual answer is going to be 110.48 degrees. And that's the answer I'm going to go ahead and report. That's what we actually want here. Okay, so this is angle X, 110.48 degrees. Remember, acute angle is between 0 and 90, obtuse between 90 and 180 degrees. Okay, so if you remember that, then the ambiguous case of the law of sines, like I usually do my best to like make it so you don't have to do two triangles because that gets a little tedious. So I usually give you different information, like, hey, one of the angles is obtuse or one of the angles is acute. So that'll catch you down for like having to do two triangles and you have to teach just the one. Okay, so on that note, thank you very much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one and take care until then.